นะที่นี่ก็เป็นสถานีบำเพ็ญภาวนานะทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างในวัดนี้ก็ง่ายๆนะฉันอาหารกินอาหารมื้อเดียวมีพัดกวาดก็ไม่กี่นาทีนะทำสะอาดร่างกายอาบน้ำทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างง่ายๆเพื่อมีเวลามากที่สุดทำภาวนาเดินจงกรมนั่งสมาธิทำใจให้สงบเมื่อใจสงบแล้วและของเราก็พิจารณาร่างกายภายนอกก็ได้ร่างกายภายในก็ได้แล้วแต่ของเรานะมันติดกับร่างกายนี้ตั้งแต่เกิดมาคิดเรื่องร่างกายทำงานเพื่อร่างกายและตายเพราะว่าก็มีร่างกายด้วยนะมันป่วยหนักนะความเจ็บความปวดนะความทุกขเวทนาก็ส่วนมากก็เกี่ยวกับร่างกายเนี่ยต้องพิจารณาดูร่างกายพิจารณาดูชีวิตของเราตั้งแต่เกิดมาฝึกร่างกายนี่ก็15 ปีฝึกเดินฝึกพูดฝึกเขียนฝึกอ่านนะ ฝึกคิดนะถึงอายุ18หรืออายุ20แล้วแต่นะมันใช้ได้ร่างกายเต็มที่และมีแรงที่สุดนะตั้งแต่อายุ18มีแรงที่สุดนะร่างกายนี่แต่ความรุนแรงของร่างกายก็30 ปีนะมันจะเสื่อมไปเสื่อมลงนะเมื่อคิดเรื่องนี้ก็มันร่างกายน่าจะให้อะไรให้เรามันความสุขเกิดที่ไหนเกิดในใจไม่ใช่เกิดในร่างกายแต่ของเราคิดว่านั้นมันเกิดในร่างกายแล้วเมื่อร่างกายเนี่ยเมื่อทำอันนี้เมื่อทำอันโน้นเมื่อคิดอันนี้ก็มันความสุขเกิดขึ้นนะแต่ความสุขไม่ได้เกิดขึ้นในร่างกายนี่มีแต่ของเราคิดว่าเป็นสุขวิธีละไปทุกข์นะเป็นของเราคิดว่านะเป็นสุขอยู่ข้าวก็กินข้าวอร่อยดีนี่อร่อยนี่อร่อยโน้นอร่อยนะแต่เวลาอิ่มแล้วมันไม่อยากกินแต่เวลาภาวนา1 ชั่วโมง2 ชั่วโมง3 ชั่วโมงยิ่งนานก็ยิ่งมีความสุขเนี่ยมันสุขแท้จริงเกิดในใจมันต้องพิจารณาดูร่างกายนี่และของเราหวงเรื่องร่างกายตลอดเวลาห่วงเรื่องความป่วยห่วงเรื่องความตายนะห่วงเรื่องนี้ห่วงเรื่องโน้นนะต้องพิจารณาดูนะมันจะได้อะไรจากร่างกายนี้เมื่อไม่มีร่างกายเมื่อไม่มีกายก็ความคิดยังมีอยู่ความจำยังมีอยู่ความเวทนายังมีอยู่นะต้องการร่างกายเพื่ออะไรทำไมของเราติดนักหนา กับร่างกายเนี่ยต้องพิจารณาดูเมื่อพิจารณาภายนอกเสร็จแล้วก็ดูผมดูผิวหนังดูฟันดูอะไรเล็บนะเมื่อไปพิจารณาภายในเปิดดูผิวหนังถอดผิวหนังออกเลยดูความสกปรกแล้วเธอภายในไม่อยากดูก็ดูในกระจกนะเปิดผิวหนังออกโอ้โหน่าเกลียดมันอาหารใหม่อาหารเก่าก็เหมือนกันนะมันจะเห็นไม่ต้องเปิดร่างกายแล้วนะน้ำที่เดิมมาและน้ำเหงื่อที่ออกมานะมันจะกลิ่นเหม็นนี่ทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่ออกจากร่างกายกลิ่นเหม็นทุกสิ่งทุกอย่างที่มันที่ใส่ไปเลยที่เข้าไปนะมันอร่อยดีแต่ออกไปมันกลิ่นเหม็นไม่อยากดูไม่อยากกลิ่นน้ำพิจารณาดูแบบนี้เข้าใจไหมเอาบำเพ็ญภาวนาเอาจริงเอาจังด้วยนะเวลาที่อยู่ในวัดนี้เอาเต็มที่อย่างน้อยที่สุดก็10 ชั่วโมงเมื่อเก่งอยู่แล้วนะมัน12-14 ชั่วโมงวันละเนี่ยมันเรียกว่านะมันจะมีประโยชน์นะมันกำลังเดินนะมันเดิน5 กิโลนะกิโลที่1มันยากมากนะกิโลที่2นะมันง่ายขึ้นกิโลที่3โอเคไม่เป็นไรกิโลที่10ชอบแล้วนะโอเคมันภาวนานะช่วงแรกก็6 ชั่วโมงโอ้ยไม่ไหว โอ้8 ชั่วโมงมันจะดีขึ้นนิดหน่อยแล้วเดินแล้วนั่งสมาธิก็เดินชงกรมหลังจาก12 ชั่วโมงโอ้นะไม่ชอบหยุดเลยแต่ก็ต้องฝึกก่อนต้องอดทนหน่อยทุกขเวทนาต้องพิจารณาทุกขเวทนาบ้างสินะ มันเกิดขึ้นที่ไหนเวลาคุยกันเลยนั่งก็ไม่เกิดขึ้นเมื่อนั่ง2-3 ชั่วโมงเลยดูโทรทัศน์เลยคุยกันก็เลยกินกันก็มันไม่เกิดทุกขเวทนาแต่เวลานั่ง15 นาที20 นาที30 นาทีโอ้ไม่ไหวแล้วขาจะหักเหรอเดี๋ยวจะทำลายร่างกายนี้เนี่ยมันไม่ได้คิดหน้าคิดหลังโอเคก็แค่นี้ก็พอแล้วนะไม่ใช่เรื่องเดี๋ยวเนี่ยก็ไปได้แล้วนะอันนี้ก็ที่คนที่อยากฟังภาษาอังกฤษก็ฟังต่อไปI mean, we living here in the northeast of Thailand. I mean, we are so lucky. We're so lucky to be in this country. We're so lucky, to be with the people, who take care of us. We should be grateful for this opportunity here, being here in Thailand. When you look, what is at the moment, what is happening in the West, I mean, it is turmoil. People are depressed. People are, all sorts of things. They are pushed down. And we are here in the Northeast. And, over the 25 years I lived here, nothing really has fundamentally changed. The people are friendly. The people constantly look after us. And there's hardly any restriction. The only strong restriction is, to be able to enter Thailand now with this COVID. But otherwise from that, there's hardly any restrictions. When I looked, today I went to the city. The restaurants are open, the shops are all open. People running around on the market. The market, a very favorite place. And we should never forget that we live off the generosity of these people, of these farmers, of these city people. And we get everything that we need for our life. The people, the farmers, and other people from the city have to work, to be able, to earn their livelihood, to be able, to buy clothes, to be able to have a house or an apartment, to be able to have a car or a motorcycle, to be able to have food and to be able to afford medicine. We don't need to go and work for 8 hours a day. You remember that? Being Monday to Friday, 8 hours a day, waking up in the morning, going to work, in the evening coming back tired, and then, just eating something, and maybe watching television, and then go to bed. And the next day we wake up, go to work for 8 hours, Sometimes we like it, most of the times we dislike it, but we have to do it, to look after this body, to house it, to clothe it, to feed it, and to buy medicine for it when it falls ill. And we don't have to do that, And we should be grateful for this opportunity that is given to us. Not just take it for granted. How many lives did we work, Did we work? Did we support the Sangha? Did we do this for the Sangha? Did we do that for the Sangha? To be able, to live the life of a bhikkhu or to live in a monastery. The same holds true, for the lay people. We all live off the hard work of the other people. And that, we should remind ourselves of this very often. Remind ourselves that we live off the hard work of other people and that we should use the time, and the Lord Buddha allowed us this, and we should use this time to practice as much as possible. Not lying on our lazy bones, but putting some effort in our practice, walking Chongkrom, doing walking meditation, doing sitting meditation, after sitting meditation, doing walking meditation, after walking meditation, doing sitting meditation. This monastery is a monastery of practice, so it is kept very, very simple. It's a very simple life. We wake up in the morning, we do our practice, then we go, and gather for Pindapat. It doesn't take, more than 2 or 3 hours, coming back from Pindapat. The lay people arrange the food for us, then we eat, then we wash our boats twice every other week, we wash our robes, and that's it. And then in the afternoon, we gather, to clean the monastery. This is not much time, at most, we clean the monastery, we clean ourselves, we clean our kuti. It takes about 4 or 5 hours, all in all, to take care of our needs. And the rest, the 19 hours that we have left, we take care of our chitta. And that's the purpose of our being here. That is the purpose of being a lay practitioner here. This is the purpose of being a bhikkhu here. To practice full-heartedly. And like I said to the Thai, the more you practice, in the beginning 6 hours of practice, you see it is very difficult. Then you start, to doing 8 hours, then you become a little bit more used to it, and it goes a little bit easier, then you do 10 hours, and it becomes a bit easier, then you do 12 hours a day, and it becomes more easier, and then you do 14 hours a day. Until you don't even want to stop anymore. Until the machine, until the heavy stone of our kilesas, or the heavy boulder, that we need to start rolls by itself, has its own momentum. But that only happens, if we practice so many hours a day, and then we don't even want to stop. Then we are interested in whatever happens in our heart. This should be clear. We should make ourselves clear. Always this stop and go. Okay, now I practice. Now I make a break. Then I practice again. Then I make a break. Then I practice again. Then I make a break. Let's see what I can do here. Let's see what I can do there. Constantly distracting ourselves. We haven't started real practice yet. When Lungta Mahabodha said, real practice, starts when within, consecutive 3 hours of practicing, 3 hours of walking Chongkrom or 3 hours of sitting in Samadhi, then we slowly start to practice, and then all together, at least 12 hours or 14 hours a day. And then there's nothing else on our mind than our parikamma, or the investigation of the Buddha, or the investigation of pain when we sit in meditation. This should become an ingrained habit, just to practice whenever we have time, sit down, or sit down, and reflect, reflect about the body, and see, what does the body give us, What kind of happiness does arise in the body? Does any happiness arise in the body? Or does it arise in the heart? We're constantly concerned about the body. We look after the body, now we are concerned about the body. Maybe it's sick, maybe no, maybe what am I going? And then we plan, what we are going to do with the body tomorrow, or in 2 weeks, or in 3 weeks, or in 4 weeks, or next year, and so on. Instead of being concerned with the chitta, instead of being concerned with our heart. What is going on in our heart? I mean, normally people running, I mean, they constantly run, I mean, it is, they are placed in this world and the machine starts running, and it runs and it runs and it runs, depending on the karma that we bring into this life. We should remember one thing, and I think most of the people, it is not clear. Karma, we are born because of our karma. And the basis of this life is born of our karma. It comes because of our karma. What we do with this karma, I mean, what we do with whatever happens to us, that is new karma. And if we see something unwholesome happens with us, instead of blaming the world, instead of blaming our neighbors, instead of blaming this or that, or the weather or this, we should make that unwholesome karma that just has arisen because of our deeds, our actions, our thoughts in the past, most of the time in the previous life. We should think about it, okay, how can I change this kind of karma, to something that is wholesome? This unwholesome karma that has just arisen to something that is wholesome. This is how we should, we should accept the karma. We should not start to blame. And it is so easy because from our first day we are born, we blame our brothers and sisters, we blame our parents, we blame our teachers, we blame the government, we blame everybody else and ourselves. We are so infallible, we are so innocent. I mean, we are perfect. And everybody else around us is not perfect. That's what you normally see, and that's what you normally are educated. Blaming our parents for our bad childhood or for our misdeeds that we do. No. We should blame ourselves, and the karma. The karma that we bring into this life. Most of the people really are not aware of. I mean, they just walk their karmic life. They're thrown in, and the strongest karma is the mainstream, and they just ride in the mainstream. A famous German astrologer said one time, I mean, it is so easy, to look in the stars, for common people to see what is going to happen to them. Because the karma is all written down. But then he said at the same time, if somebody, deviates from this mainstream karma, and for instance goes into a spiritual path, or goes on along a spiritual path, I cannot tell anything about this person because it is not written in the stars. So that also means for us, when we look at karma, it doesn't necessarily need to mean that it is destiny or that it is fate that has to happen. It is like we are walking on the main street, but there are a lot of side streets. And if we suddenly decide and to go on one of the side streets because it looks interesting, be it the spiritual path or be it, adventure path, just going outside of the society, living in the woods by ourselves, is one path that we could go. Just like the hunters or things, that just live by themselves, they don't have any contact with society, This is one path, we could go. We can go the spiritual path, just by learning about Buddhism or learning about the other religions, Or we can walk it a little bit deeper, going and living in a monastery, or we can ordain, as a bhikkhu or, or bhikkhuni or in Thailand it is Mechi, and then devote the rest of our life, to the practice, and then just like, I mean, this is one really has to understand, I mean, if walk the mainstream, everything is pretty much, pretty much written down what is going to happen. Be it good or be it bad. This will happen along this way. This will happen, with 50 years. You will die with 64 years. But most astrologers won't tell the people, when they are going to die, even though it is written. But the moment we take another path, we take one. Because over our billions of lives or trillions of lives, or I don't know how many lives we have developed all sorts of karma. So at each time, at each moment, we can choose another path. And if we choose another path, different things will happen. Just like, when we go into the main street, we go in the main street, through a town, certain things, are supposed to happen, there, But for instance, if we go, if we see a dark side street, a lot of other things can happen that don't happen on the main street, So is it with us, If we choose, to go the main road, everything is most probably destined, But if we decide, okay, now I'm choosing a different path, then other things will happen. Other karma that we have developed, in a previous life, will appear. Make it sometimes very, very difficult for us to go along the spiritual path. I heard of some people who started the spiritual path, who started to practice, they got really, really so sick, so that they gave up the spiritual path. Then they went back, and then suddenly, all this illness that they experienced, during their spiritual life was gone, because they went back onto the main path, and on the main path this doesn't happen. But if you go the spiritual path, certain kind of karma, will appear, and we can learn from it, and we can deal with it. This is something that we have to understand about karma, It is there every moment. Every moment we can make a decision to go forward, following our inclinations, or, to use every moment of our life to ask, what is the best solution in this moment? What am I going to do, to make my life more fruitful, to make some more wholesome karma? What am I going to do? But we just run, it is, we are old enough, we brought this engine, we trained this engine, the body and the mind engine, we trained it for 20 years. And now it is running. And for some people in the world, suddenly, there is, it is like a transmission, it is oiled very well, it is running very smooth, But sometimes, some sand, a little stone, comes, gets into this, and then we suddenly wake up and say, what am I doing, But the stone is too small, to hold the transmission, to bring the machine to a halt, And then it is milled down and we run on. This thought pops up. Oh, what am I doing? Why am I here? What am I doing with my life? And then the next thought is, I have to look after. I have to go to work. I have to earn some money, or I have to do this, or I have to do that. I have to look after my family. I have to look after my parents. And then this moment where the sandstone, interrupts the smooth transmission. It suddenly gets milled down and is gone. That is for most of the people who just run the main street along. And nothing really happened. But for us, we have decided, this is not the life that we want to live, so we go to spiritual path. And as I said in the beginning, we should be grateful for this opportunity given. Even though, we worked for lives and lives and lives to get this opportunity, we should still be grateful. Still be grateful for it. Look at the people, in the morning on Pindapat, they smile at us, they are happy, they are happy that they can do good merit, they are happy that they can do wholesome deeds, and we are happy to be able to receive. So, what is more, They are friendly, A smile says, give us, they give us everything, we actually have too much, yeah. Makes us too comfortable, yeah. And when we are too comfortable, we are not inclined to practice that much. Dukkha is a very good motive to practice, yeah, to overcome dukkha. That is our goal, yeah. We want to find the way out of dukkha, through sila, samadhi, and panya. And we should not forget it. And we should not forget that the people take care of our bodily needs. And then we have all the time left to take care of our needs of the citta. Yeah? Of that, that moves. Of the one, who starts all these movements. He starts the movement of the body, he starts the movement of the citta. Yeah? We have to take care and we have to understand, this transmission that automatically runs and interrupt it and ask at every moment when we get aware, what is going on? What the hell is going on? What am I doing? What are the results of my doing? And do the reflection, do the daily reflection in the evening. Yeah? What happened? With what kind of thought did I wake up? With what kind of memory did I wake up? Yeah? And then what happened then? What kind of feeling arose? What did I do then? With what kind of thoughts? With what kind of memories? With what kind of feeling? But not judging it, just retracting, recollecting. Yeah? This not only helps, to get a sense of what we are doing during the day and what kind of effect it has. Does it have wholesome effect or does it have unwholesome effect? That is one thing to get aware. But this training, this recollection of the day also gives us the opportunity when something arises in the heart, to see, something has arisen, a thought of anger has arisen, or a thought of greed has arisen, or lust has arisen, to follow it back to the origin. When did the stone actually, dropped into the snow to cause this avalanche that we call emotion? The emotion of greed, I need this, or I want this, or I don't want this, I dislike it, and so on. What did it cause? Yeah? So, if we train this recollection every day, at a time, where it is convenient for us, maybe after we take a shower, and then we just recollect, what happened. Yeah? What kind of thoughts, and then we can see, how this thought, or how this memory, how this feeling will color our days, and not only color our days, but also destine, our actions, our future actions. Yeah. If we are happy, our actions are different from when we are depressed, or when we are angry, or when we are greedy, And then you see this, how these things are coloring our decisions, that for the next moment, for the next hour, for the next day. And this is something that we have to understand. We have to slow down this transmission, or this machine, that constantly runs, slow down so that we catch every movement of this machine. Every thought that comes up, we catch it. Every memory that comes, we catch it. Every feeling that comes up, we catch it. And then we see how the feeling, produces a thought or triggers a thought, and the thought triggers a memory, and so on, and so on. We have to get that in slow motion. But our mind is very fast, that's why we have to be good at samadhi. And how do we train samadhi? Constantly bringing the mind back to this one object that we choose. Be it in the walking meditation, or be it in the sitting meditation, be it the Buddha, or be it the breath, anapanasati, observing the breath at the tip of the nose, knowing that the breath goes in, knowing that the breath goes out, knowing that the breath is slow or fast, or smooth or not smooth. This is, how we train, how we slow down the mind engine, until we can stop it, and then we can see what is happening within the heart. Only then do we understand. But this method of recollection, brings us a step closer to, to understanding, our being. Okay, understood. With this I end the talk, yeah? So use the time wisely, don't dilly-dally around, yeah? Because, we like to, yeah? Sleeping, yeah? When we're sleeping, we don't realize anything, yeah? But the mind engine still works and works and works and works. When we get up, yeah. Huh? I don't want to sit there. I don't want to walk Tongkrom, yeah. Let me sleep. Go on sleeping. And then we sleep until the last day of our life, and then we didn't use the opportunity of this life that was given to us and was provided to us by the late people, who value our work. Yeah? And who think it is great, that monks decide, to live in a monastery, and they support it, yeah? Because they themselves know how difficult it would be for them, just to be one day or 2 days in a monastery with just one meal a day, and this practice. Yeah? So be grateful, and use the time wisely. Yeah? Don't dilly-dally around. Yeah? Okay. Wow.